to press the other button. I'll be right with you guys in just a quick second. Forgot I had the camera up there like that. Just give me a sec. Stick with me here. Advanced settings. Lower right. There we go. There we go. Alright. We're good now. Alright, now check mic. Checking mic. Mic is good. G-Force assemble for another exciting episode of Gametastic 4. As always, I'm your host, Poltergeist, and ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so this is our second and last video of the day. We are going to be doing some more Doki Doki Literature Club side stories, and we are going to be finishing up Understanding. And as I have said before, after I finish doing part 1 of Respect, I will work on getting more side stories available. So I will try to get I will try to do other storylines, I guess, for the main game. So yeah. So anyways, let's get right to the action. Alright, let's start this. Okay, so last Yuri suddenly walked out. Alright, so here we go. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stands to her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Yuri continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. What? Gosh, I'm so late! Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. You know, I argue and say you're far from a pushover, but the side story has nothing to do with the main game, so I don't know how to react. It's going to leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. Okay then. She's sitting outside the club room, against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closed the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking me this all of a sudden, when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoided after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods, and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Yuri, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up the stinted conversation. How the heck did Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me, because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought, but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah! Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with the club activities that everyone will be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course! I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of a club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching to a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I accepted that about myself. Same here. I know how that feels. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? Everyone at one point in their life has a very hard time coming up with something to start a conversation. I mean, I have that problem myself. I mean, I'm really relating to Yuri at this point. I mean, I do feel this way sometimes, and yeah, I can really relate to everything Yuri's saying right now. I could talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself, I'm not good with people. I can't help it. So, it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored, or made fun of, or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. She what? Hold on, you're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship was one person always trying to cut to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry. I'm making myself sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone, however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further I cannot talk today. Exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise that. It's okay to be different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... They're so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. A lot of people do it. I mean, a lot of people do it. As much as Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. Oh wait, no, that's not narrator, that's Yuri, never mind. But I understand how I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping me make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah? Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime! Monika smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monika's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. And we're still in the hallway. I thought we were going to see Sayori again. Okay. Yuri and Monika finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monika mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts toward the door, but then turns to face Monika. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club room, rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry. I guess that has nothing to do with it. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to get stuff for tea in the club room. You could use, like, an electric kettle or heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on! I'm not done yet! Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today! I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got almost the way through it. And look! Yuri holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully perused with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Got dizzy all of a sudden. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No. It's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please, just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like... I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate her thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Yuri for the rest of the world. For the rest of the world. She would leave, just escape from here, before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. It's okay! Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay! It's okay! Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through the clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. Oh wait, that's Sayori! Dang nabbit! Okay. I understand that the whole thing you're feeling in your heart are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise. I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible of people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone could actually be like me. Actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that would finally be my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only thing I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to know how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So, I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it would be just frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid it would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. But my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me, because I already have you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. Thought it was my ass playing tricks on me all of a sudden. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part. We're all different and have different interests. Like, about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we don't try them first, right? I want to learn the readers that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off me. Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but it was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding on your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear! But, can we stop at any time? If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course! I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, though. So, we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people around without their consent first. Oh no! I'm sorry! I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable! You didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back! Monica's back! I haven't seen you, like, at all recently! Yuri trots over to Monica. Ah! She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Yuri wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Yuri can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster! Artemis is a monster, If he inherits the kingdom, it would be spell disaster. It could spell disaster. Sorry. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first activity as a literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Is that the end of the... Yeah, I kind of assumed that. The episode! Okay. Huh. Actually, I think this is like the first side story we did that didn't end in a cliffhanger. I mean, even part 2, what was part 2? What was the first one? Even the part 2 of Trust ended on a cliffhanger because it ended with saying someone opened a door and entered a club room. So I am kind of interested in how they're going to set up Natsuki entering, because Natsuki is right there, so I'm going to assume that they're going to focus on Natsuki and Sayori on this side story, but they did, so we're going to see if they're going to keep that pattern, but we'll see. So anyways, guys, that is all for today. That is our second and final video of the day, so stay tuned tomorrow. I don't quite know what I am going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to have to check my list, to be sure what I'm doing. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember, it's not fantastic, it's game-tastic. Goodbye, everybody. And not gonna forget, I'm using this remote to stream.